Botani greens, beautiful people. Abantu Guamalaste. I hope you are doing the best that you can in this December, boss. It is what it is, and it is what it should be. My name is Kumulani Nzayandi. Ukhila umbongo uthangana ukhaso ubodinja dithi unchu kwedini, and welcome to Afroboss, my YouTube channel. Today, first of all, before we go, anyway, I'm having a cocktail from my Tanqueray glass, because it is what it is, right? Okay, because it's December after all, and I am shooting this video today because I would like to take a moment to reflect on the year it has been. In this video, I'll be reflecting on two things. Most importantly, I'll be reflecting on my academics, okay? And also I'll be reflecting on my entrepreneurship journey, which is Afroboss. Now, getting into the actual video, this is what's happening. Let's start with academics, okay? First of all, for those people who do not know, I go to the University of Cape Town, and I'm a commerce student, right? Commerce student is where you do your accounting, business and stuff, right? And I was registered for the Bachelor of Commerce in Financial Accounting, right? And that was supposed to take 4 years. And this year was my 4th year, and this was meant to be my final year. What had happened was that the year was a very challenging year for me. I had gone through the most in terms of my personal life and also my academics. And looking at it now, looking back at it now, I can say that I've grown as a person. But I can tell you that also from that, I have had so many scars from that journey. Okay, let me just give you a brief background on what had happened on my 2018 year. So 2018 begins, New Year's resolution. People are posting things like, I want a certain body, I want a person, I want my driver's license. You know how people do when a year begins. So that was me. One of my New Year's resolutions was to graduate. One of my New Year's resolution was to graduate with an improved GPA. For the past 3 years, I have been floating in the 50s, literally. I have been on the 50s. 50s are a thing, and I've never been a 50s person until I came to varsity. And that's also another concept and another reality that you have to come into grips with, okay? So at the beginning of the academic year of 2018, I unfortunately lost my bursary. I was sponsored by Tutuga, the Tutuga Fund, which is I'm grateful for, which is they fund. I'm a student who wants to become a chartered accountant, who comes from previously underprivileged backgrounds, which is I was one of those people. And for 3 years I could hold and I could meet the criteria to be funded again. But unfortunately in 2019 they were like, sis, bye. You have not done, you are not what we're looking for anymore. It was the most painful thing. That's how my year began. And I had to move from a catering residence to a self-catering residence, which meant that self-catering residence, I had to have my own groceries. But mind you, at this point, I had no funder. I had no monthly allowance of groceries. So for the first month of the semester, I was basically groceryless. I didn't have anything to eat. I was fasting for most of the days, but because I have friends, which is friend, I am really grateful that you were there for me. I could have, let's say, my peanut butter sandwiches, or someone would take me out for lunch, supper, whatever the case, or someone would actually like give me money to get groceries, which is something that I was grateful for, that I will forever be grateful for. But I was going through the most. So that's how my year started. But I am happy to say that after fighting and trying to find funding, NSFAS came through, and I was funded by NSFAS for the 2018 year. 2018 year, I am doing my final year. I'm looking forward to graduation. I even planned the outfit that I was going to wear. I mean, I even prepared a speech that I was going to deliver. I even prepared the content that I was going to share on my YouTube channel. Listen, I had everything in order. So I thought. And so the year begins. Yes, I've got a first term ends, second term ends, first semester ends, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? Because my academics were not popping, although I was working really hard. Like, looking back at it now, like, I did the best that I could to graduate. But unfortunately, my best was not enough at this point. So I kept on fighting, I kept on like pushing forward, like recovering, like I did that. I did all of that. And then I wrote my final exams. Even with my final exams, I fought. I was studying night and day. I was trying to understand things. I was trying to catch up. I was trying to be a diligent student. I was just trying to save my life for what it was worth. Because graduation or graduating to me meant so much more than just having a degree. Graduation to me meant that I was the first person to make it to varsity from my family, and so I should be the first person to graduate. Because I was the only person in that position, I also had like expectations from my parents and from myself as well to graduate in record time. Graduating meant that we will no longer live in poverty, in a sense. It meant that I had a better job than my father has. It meant that I was earning much more to be able to sustain everyone and also to sustain myself. Like, graduating meant that I don't have to worry, or my family doesn't have to worry about the next meal. They don't have to worry about electricity running out and they have nothing to do. They don't have to worry about sacrificing one thing for the other thing. Like, graduating to me was my parents' pride. It was a validation to me. Graduating meant becoming gold in a society that you'd not expect to find gold in. It meant that people that came behind me or after me were going to be inspired to work hard. It meant so much more than just graduating. It had there was a story behind that. And to find out that I will not be graduating in record time, or when I was meant to graduate initially, it put me in a space of sadness, of just darkness, of not even knowing what life is worth. Because I'm a person who likes to know what things mean. I am a person who likes to know and who likes to when something happens in my life, I want to know the lesson behind it. I want to know what is life trying to teach me, because I believe that life is a teacher. And so you have to pay very special attention to what you are experiencing. And the lessons are how your life experiences are. So I've always been the person of everything happens for a reason. So this time though, I was like, I've worked hard. You know that I come from a very poor background. You know that we are struggling financially. You know that I need this for a better social standing. You know that I have so much to do for the world and for the good of other people. But why can't the universe, why can't God grant me graduation? I can tell you this, I did the best that I could to graduate, but it was not enough. And having worked so hard and having worked like day and night, literally day and night, and still not graduating is not the most pleasant thing. It's not something that you can take lightly, because it's very painful. Especially if you are not just doing this for yourself, but for other people and the people that you love. So I'm not graduating, I failed. I failed my final year. Kumbulani Mzaya failed his final year. And I can tell you this, I have not taken that very lightly. It's been a process. I think it's about 3 weeks that I found out that I would actually not be graduating, and I would have to come back to repeat my final year. It has not been hard. Like, I feel so much, I failed. And low-key, I feel so much like a failure. But because I'm fortunate enough to have the friends that I have and to have the family that I have learned that this also is happening for a reason. There is a reason that this is happening. And I can tell you the reason cannot be me quitting right now. I did not come this far to only get this far. I mean, I could basically quit right now and go get a management job at ShopRite or Pick n Pay and be better than the average person from the area or from the society that I'm from. But because I know that I'm worth more than that, like my potential is beyond my failure, I am willing to go on. And if you are going through the same thing, I am telling you right now, you are not alone. And honestly, the fact that you are still breathing today, the fact that you have another chance to give it another try, I urge you to give it another try. But this time, do even better. Do better than you did the first time. And that's what I'm telling myself now. I'm like, okay, cool, I failed what I failed. And there's a reason I felt those things. And it's not easy for me to accept that I failed. But the only thing that I have control over right now is the fact that I can still go on. Is the fact that I still have another chance of trying again. Like, I'm thinking about the people who does not have the opportunity to try again because they were excluded. The people who can try again because they don't have funding. The people who can try again because they don't have any more energy to go forward. I'm thinking about those people and I'm like, I'm actually at a much better position than someone else. And I have to be really grateful. I know it's very hard, but I have to be really grateful for where I am right now. And I am willing to try again. And I urge you to try again. And this is one of the reasons that I could not put myself out there on social media, take content for YouTube, because it was very hard to want to do something so bigger than yourself, but you are still struggling. But I was still struggling with myself. So there it is, but I just hope, well, I don't hope, I pray that 2019 will be the year where I graduate. And that's one of my New Year's resolution, where I become the University of Cape Town graduate, a UCT graduate. This is strong, I need more juice. Wait. Just to close off on the topic of graduation, you have to remember this, and this is very important. You do not owe anyone graduation in record time. It's your own journey, and you have to understand that. If someone asks you when the fuck you're graduating, just ask them, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Because that's what I would say.